Hi everyone and welcome back to another general knowledge quiz episode. For those who are new, I'm Alan, your regular quizmaster and host. Pause the video now, it is an idea to grab pen and paper, both to write down your answers and keep note of your score. And please remember to post your scores in the comments below at the end of the video. Today's quiz is a quickfire general knowledge and trivia quiz with 30 short open-ended questions to answer. There's 30 points in total. How many will you score? Good luck, let's crack on with the quiz. Question 1. How many Nobel Prizes are awarded each year? And the correct answer is 6. Nobel Prizes are awarded in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace and economics. Question 2. Which actress played the role of Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games series of films? That was Jennifer Lawrence. In 2015 and 16, Jennifer Lawrence was the highest paid actress in the world thanks to her roles in the major film series like The Hunger Games and X-Men. Question 3. New York's Brooklyn Bridge connects Brooklyn to which other New York borough? It connects it to Manhattan. The Brooklyn Bridge was the first steel wire suspension bridge ever built, and when it opened in 1883, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world. Question 4. Which Puerto Rican singer had a worldwide hit in 1999 with the song Livin' La Vida Loca? And that was Ricky Martin. Livin' La Vida Loca was one of the first major hits to be fully recorded, mixed and mastered digitally. It paved the way for modern music production that we listen to today. Question 5. Doric, Ionic and which other style make up the 3 classical orders of Greek architecture? And that would be Corinthian. Greek architecture introduced the ideas of symmetry and proportion. It influenced Western design and is evident in landmark buildings such as the US Capitol Building and the British Museum. Question 6. In which US state is the Augusta National Golf Club where the Masters Golf Tournament is held each year? That is in the state of Georgia. Mobile phones are actually banned during the Augusta Masters Tournament for everyone, including players and caddies. Question 7. What is the only continent where wild tigers are found? Wild tigers are found in Asia. Tigers are the only big cats found exclusively in Asia. They once roamed from Turkey to eastern Russia, but today they're mostly limited to small protected areas. Question 8. Which US city hosts the oldest continuously run annual marathon in the world? And that is the city of Boston. The Boston Marathon was first run in 1897, just 1 year after the first modern Olympics. Question 9. What was the name of Patrick Swayze's character in the 1987 film Dirty Dancing? His character was called Johnny Castle. Patrick Swayze was not only an actor but a professionally trained dancer and choreographer. He actually choreographed many of the scenes in Dirty Dancing himself. Question 10. What is the Japanese art of flower arranging called? It is known as ikebana. Ikebana focuses on harmony, balance and simplicity, often using minimal flowers to express emotion and the natural beauty of each stem. Question 11. Which British actress married film director Sam Mendes in 2003? And that was Kate Winslet. When Kate and Sam got married, the ceremony was so secret that they didn't even invite any friends or family. Kate's 3-year-old daughter Mia gave her away at the wedding. Question 12. Where in the human body would you find the tympanic membrane? You would find it in the ear. The tympanic membrane is more commonly known as your eardrum. Question 13. Approximately how many days does it take the moon to orbit the Earth? That would be 27 days. It also takes the moon a similar 27 days to rotate once on its axis, meaning that to observers on Earth, we always see the same side of the moon. Question 14. In Greek mythology, who is the god of the forge? The god of the forge was Hephaestus. He was also the god of fire, metalworking and craftsmanship, and was the blacksmith of the gods. Question 15. How many standard time zones are there in the world? There are 24 standard time zones, 1 hour apart, but thanks to half-hour and even 45-minute offsets, the total number of official time zones in use is actually over 38. Question 16. The sinking of which ship was a catalyst for the United States to enter World War I? And that was the RMS Lusitania. The British ocean liner RMS Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat in 1915. It killed 1,198 people, including 128 Americans. This stirred public outrage, encouraging the US to enter the war. Question 17. Which section of the orchestra typically sits at the front and plays the melody most often? That would be the string section. The string section of an orchestra often carries the melody, and the first violinist is also called the concertmaster and plays a key leadership role in the orchestra. Question 18. Who, in 1969, was elected the first female Prime Minister of Israel? And that was Golda Meir. She was best known as the Iron Lady of Israeli politics long before the nickname was ever used for Margaret Thatcher. Question 19. In what early arcade game would you find Blinky, Pinky, Inky and Clyde? You would find them in Pac-Man. These are the 4 colourful ghosts that chase Pac-Man through the maze. Each ghost actually has its own unique chasing strategy, making the game trickier than it looks. Question 20. What would you have difficulty recognising if you suffered from prosopagnosia? You would have difficulty recognising faces. It's also known as face blindness. It's a condition that makes it hard to recognise even familiar faces, including friends, family, or sometimes even your own reflection. Up next is a bonus question. Answer in the comments below. Which poem by Walter de la Mare, first published in 1912, opens with the line, "Is there anybody there?" said the traveller. Now, if you've made it this far in the quiz and you're enjoying the quiz, please help support the channel. Smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an upload. It's free and it plays a massive role in pushing this video and the channel out to a much wider audience. Right, let's get back to the quiz. Question 21. Who starred as Amsterdam Valon in the 2002 film Gangs of New York? That was Leonardo DiCaprio. Gangs of New York was directed by Martin Scorsese and also starred Daniel Day-Lewis as the unforgettable Bill the Butcher. The film was nominated for 10 Academy Awards. Question 22. Tallahassee is the state capital of which US state? It is the state capital of Florida. Although cities like Miami and Orlando are larger and better known, Tallahassee has been Florida's capital since 1824. Question 25. Who composed the William Tell Overture? It was composed by Rossini. The William Tell Overture is famous for its exciting final section, often called the Lone Ranger theme. You've probably heard it in cartoons, commercials and action scenes galore. Question 24. Lake Titicaca is found on which continent? You would find it in South America. Lake Titicaca sits high in the Andes Mountains on the border between Peru and Bolivia. It's the highest navigable lake in the world and steeped in Incan mystery. Question 25. Who directed the 1987 film Full Metal Jacket? That was directed by Stanley Kubrick. It's known for its intense boot camp scenes and psychological depth. It remains one of the most powerful war films ever made. Question 26. Belgium achieved independence from which country in its 1830 revolution? And it gained independence from the Netherlands. The Revolution of 1830 led to the country's independence from the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. Once it was independent, it became a constitutional monarchy. Question 27. In which country is the Potala Palace? That is in China. The Potala Palace is located in Lhasa, Tibet, which is actually an autonomous region of China. It was a former residence of the Dalai Lama and is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Question 28. J.D. Rockefeller made his fortune in which industry? He made it in the oil industry. Rockefeller founded Standard Oil in 1870, became the richest man in modern history, and his business practices shaped the US economy and led to the creation of antitrust laws. Question 29. Porto Novo is the capital city of which country? It is the capital city of Benin. While Porto Novo is the official capital of Benin, most government offices are actually located in Cotonou, the country's largest city and economic hub. Question 30. The Commissioner's Trophy is awarded annually in which US sport? And that would be the sport of baseball. The trophy is awarded to the MLB team that wins the World Series. It's the only major US sports championship trophy that is not named after a person. That concludes today's quiz. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to let me know your score in the comments below. Smash that like button, it is important. If you enjoyed this type of content, subscribe to the channel, and why not try out these other quizzes here. Bye for now.